everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Whew. Babe, it's been a long time since we've been up here.
Yeah.
Y'all, the last time we was on here was, I think, August the 5th. We were acknowledging the 1 year anniversary of my mom's passing. And I had two special guests. My aunt Claudine came. And then, we had the intention of getting back on here like within 2 weeks.
We did.
But then life does. And I started back school, y'all. I'm on the home stretch, right? So started back school for me. My daughter started high school. Alex started 4th grade.
Yeah.
That is.
I started a lot. I started school.
So the goal was, what day was it? August 23rd?
Yeah, I think
that
so.
Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
The goal was for him to go, be great and be, that, magnificent 5th grade math teacher that you are, right?
That was a goal.
That was a goal. That was a whole intention. We done ironed clothes the night before. We done all of that. We, picking out what we doing for lunch, what we doing afterwards. Like, we done had the day planned out. But God was like, just kidding. You're not going to school this morning because you're going to have to pass a kidney stone before you get there.
You feel like you're dying. It's just, trust me, it's not the best.
So, y'all, we started out the school year with my husband passing a kidney stone. Oh. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But then it was like he was miraculously healed and he went to work.
I did. Don't ask how.
Oh, hi, Tina. Y'all, this is just a late night freestyle because I have been really inspired this weekend, y'all. I'm going to have to share just a snippet of what I experienced this weekend. But I do want to say that we are committed to the Lamb Lounge.
Yes,
we are going to be coming to you guys, sharing our life, our experiences, and the things that God has brought us through so that hopefully you don't have to do what we did.
Please don't.
Like, you can just use our example, but like, you know what? I want to be like Crystal and Thaddeus. Like, let me do this.
Let me be better than them.
Like, let me be greater than that.
Yeah.
Right?
We're okay with that too.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that, y'all. Trust me. And so again, charge it to my head, not to my heart. We have literally sat down and like, okay, we're gonna do a podcast this day, and then something comes up. So tonight, even though y'all, I literally am in the middle of my homework. I just completed my soap note. I still got to chart my other 3 patients I saw on Friday.
But she gonna get it done though.
Oh, I'm gonna get it done. 11:59 is the deadline. I got time. But I was like, no, babe, we really need to do a podcast because this weekend I had the privilege of going to Sister to Sister Conference, which is a Church of God of Prophecy women's ministry event that they have been putting on. This was the 10-year anniversary. And, my idea of our next podcast wasn't necessarily to talk about those things. Like, I wanted to do a back to school, yada, yada, yada. But after
that was the plan.
That was the plan.
To do a back to school special.
A back to school special, right? Because we was going to give y'all all the tips and tricks to be great. And then we was trying to still be great, and it just didn't work out that way. But
we're not that great.
But we're going to be great, babe. We're going to work it out. But this weekend, y'all, I tell you, like, God had a divine appointment for me to be at that conference. There were so many things that transpired to this weekend, me getting there, the struggles and the battles that I have had mentally and emotionally, with all the worry, all the doubt, all those things that the word tells you you're not supposed to do. Trust me, y'all, I did it. I was stressed. I was worried. I emotional, up and down, all over the place. The past 2 weeks has been a lot.
Yeah.
My poor husband.
I'm okay.
He just has to love me and hold me even when he don't know what else to do because it was just a lot. It's been a lot. I mean, we have some other things going on that is like we can't even talk about.
But I will be.
But he can't talk about right now. So that has thrown off our routine. So September's been kind of washed, baby. It's just been all over the place. This has been like the busiest month I think we've had in a long time. You want to chime in? Because I can take over with the talking.
Yeah, so like we said, we started school back. We the kid Brielle, I don't think she'll mind. It's the whole thing of starting high school now with totally different people
Yeah.
that she doesn't know. And so trying to figure out who am I and who do I work with, who do I vibe with in this new environment is tough for her. Alex is starting 4th grade. He's learning some hard knocks there with that too.
Oh yeah, like responsibility.
Yeah, responsibility
Like
and accountability.
getting us to sign his folder and bringing his agenda home, like things like that he has to be accountable for. It's been interesting.
And I think one thing I want to share definitely for all of our parents who are listening, who will be listening to this, have conversations. Have conversations with your kids every day. We try to every day. We try to do it either at the dinner table, in the car, or whatever. But just have those conversations with your kids so you know what's happening in their lives, and so you don't miss out on all the great things that are happening, and also hear about some of the things that need a little work on.
Yeah.
So
the frustrating pieces, and that was a part of. Again, I'm gonna keep referring back to sister to sister, y'all. That was just a phenomenal weekend for me. But the mental health panel. Shout out to all the ladies that were on there. Ray Marie Marsh, Shanice Davis, Carmen Price. I can't remember the other lady's name. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I have my little paper in front of me, but I want to keep flipping through it. I'm sorry. I personally know those ladies. So, but they were sharing about that and mental health, right? Mental health is real.
it is.
We always want to take care of our physical body, but we forget that organ and that noggin is so powerful. And having those conversations with your kids can go a long way. Really ask them how they're feeling and then take the time to listen. Even though sometimes Brill and Alex tell me things that I feel is tomfoolery, I ain't even gonna lie. But I just listen. I'm like, yeah, because every now and then they'll slip something in there that really catches our attention that we have to follow up on. So I definitely would say, talk to your kids, see what's going on, see how they're feeling. Do they feel safe at school? Do they have anybody that's picking on them? Do they feel like they can talk to their teachers? I mean, it's just so much in today's world with kids. So make it a point to really ask them, how was your day? Not, did you have a good day? Because that's a yes or no. That's called a closed-end question, right? You need to ask open-end questions.
What did you learn today?
What did you learn today? How was your day? Things like that, so they can really sit and think about their responses. So
definitely.
So yeah, so that's that part. What else part we're going to talk about? Do we want to dive into? I don't know, because I got the takeover spirit.
Go ahead and take it over for now. I'll hop in where I feel like I can.
All right, y'all. So another reason why I wanted to do this podcast tonight is because I had the honor of being asked to share at the Sister to Sister conference about our financials. They wanted me to share our testimony, because back in 2018, we were able to actually announce that we were debt free, which means that we didn't have any car loans, no student loans, no credit card debt, no medical debt, none of that. We did still have the mortgage on our home though, but no, wait,
no, we
we
didn't
sold,
at
the time we didn't. We had sold our home. So we had zero debt, like no debt. And so Frank, who's on the council, had asked me to come and share my story because she has kind of watched us. We've known each other throughout the years being in COGOP. And so I went, but let me tell you, like, it's so funny. Like, I remember when with Daddy's being a minister, when he would be called to preach, we will always like have the worst week that week. The enemy will always attack our marriage. Like, we will be fussing about nothing and all this other stuff. And even for me,
I wonder if any other ministers know about that.
Yeah. And for me, like, these past 2 weeks have been the most stressful with school. I had to go to East Carolina earlier this week. So I literally had to be at a hotel for 2 days and then had to pack up to go to sister. I, for some reason, thought doing 20 hours of clinical last week
was going to work.
Was a good idea, and my full-time job and all this other stuff. And so I felt like I was on E. I felt like I had no gas in the tank. I literally was just walking through and just making it. And I still had to put this presentation together for these women. I was like, okay, Lord, like, I know what's in my heart. I know what we've done, but I need to be able to put it in a way that people can understand it, they can get it, and that, you know, I can impart some sort of knowledge. Like I said, I'm not the financial guru. I don't have a degree in accounting or anything like that, but I just know through lived experience.
Joey has that.
Yeah, Joey, our friend Joey Marsh. Check him out. He has that. So we actually go to him a lot of times when we have questions. But I was just like, okay, Lord, just let me be me. And I'm gonna be very transparent. My PowerPoint literally came together I presented at like 11. It was supposed to be 11:15, 11:30. I think my PowerPoint was done at like 9:30 yesterday morning.
Nice.
Because I just couldn't, it just wouldn't come to me. And I literally just had to get by myself, went in our room, and I was like, okay, Lord, like, I just let me be me. And I was able to put together a PowerPoint, and I'm so thankful for the ladies who did come to the presentation. I got a lot of positive feedback. I had people, ask me like, do you go around sharing this all the time? And I'm like, no, me and Thaddeus just do what we do. But it was really encouraging. And so I want to thank all the ladies. I don't know all of you by name, but thank y'all so much for supporting me in that. That was really kind of the first time I think I've actually shared in that kind of platform our journey.
Mm-hmm.
And I look forward to, sharing it more. And as we grow financially, being able to bless God's people, God's kingdom, and do all those things that God has called us to do when it comes to that. So just nuggets like zero-based budget. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a whole lesson in itself, but that's what we operate in, zero-based budgeting. We are very intentional about our finances. We tell our paychecks what to do. It doesn't tell us what to do. We budget and plan our paychecks before we even get them. We are savers. We are not impulsive. Well, I have more than impulsive spirit. That is not.
No.
So I thank God for that, because he keeps me level and grounded and tells me, we don't need that right now. I mean, it's a good want, but right now we don't need it. So we're going to wait on that. So he's kind of like my sounding board. So I just really kind of shared that testimony. And another thing about emotional connection to money. That was kind of a big part of my my presentation, because we don't think about the emotional part that it comes with spending.
That's just true.
And how, we always talk about, finding joy in the Lord. The Lord is my strength, and things like that. But then we fail to realize how we also fall into jealousy and envy and discontentment, and fear and worry and anger and all those emotions that actually influence the financial decisions that we make. Right. Because we compare ourselves to other people, and I refuse to be like so and so, or I'm gonna be better than so and so, and we will do things to try to keep up with the Joneses. That's the kind of the quote people say, but to please people who ain't thinking about you.
That's true. Yeah.
Susie don't care about your BMW. You the one that got the expensive maintenance, not her and her little Honda Accord, which, Lord, we should have kept the Honda Civic. Yeah. I told them about that. The first financial mistake that we made was trading in that is Honda Accord. Our financial portfolio would be totally different had we kept 2 paid in full cars.
Hey, we was trying to glow up.
Oh my God. That's another talk for another day. So thank you, ladies, for supporting me in that. And again, thank you, Stephanie Crank, for reaching out to me and giving me the opportunity. I was really blessed leaving this weekend. But so a couple things I want to point out about Sister to Sister. Again, this is Church of God of Prophecy denomination. So, I know other denominations have their women's conferences and retreats and things like that.
Yep.
But I can only speak to what I've experienced with my church. And this weekend, y'all, that room was full of over 350 women from all ages, all backgrounds, all over the state of North Carolina. It filled my heart to see that, from the youngest, like early 20s. I think it was some teenagers even there, to, our more seasoned saints, that have been in the walk for decades. And again, white, black, Hispanic, mixed, multicultural. It was amazing. It was amazing to see that. But then also, I just want to highlight just 2 big things in it for me. Again, y'all, I'm speaking from my experience. This is not a knock at any other denomination, any other church. Again, I can only speak to what Crystal Lamb knows and experiences. But at that conference this weekend, y'all, if y'all ain't never heard of Sister Sylvia Staten, y'all should look her up. And she's not even in the part of North Carolina. She's in the South Carolina co-op. And that's a whole conversation.
She just be here all the time.
She just be here all the time in our great state. And then also, I just want to share. I just met this young lady this weekend, and she's probably gonna be, I don't know, cringing at home when she hears this, if she follows us and listens. But Minister Christina Watts, y'all. All right, so I'm just gonna be very transparent. So she is a young white lady, but y'all, she invited to the cookout. Oh, Christina can come to the cookout. She is invited. She can bring her whole crew. Like, she is down for the get down. But when I tell y'all, that young lady has a word of God in her. I was just, I don't even know the words to say to express the word of God that is in this young lady and the word that she imparted on us, y'all. Y'all need to read Genesis chapter 26. That's what she was talking about.
Okay.
Being a tourist or being an explorer. Do you just tour through this life and tour through your Christianity with Christ? Or do you actually become an explorer and you dig and you find those treasures and you share them with others? Do you document your exploration? I mean, I could go on, and I know this is supposed to be a little quick podcast, y'all, but Christina Watts, I was able to actually get her book. I'm gonna show it, y'all. This is a book that she wrote. She said her word, she stands on Romans 12:2, the renewing of a mind. And this is a book that she's written. I have the pleasure. I haven't read it. I just got it today. Y'all, I got her to sign it because I said, when you be on them TV waves, yes.
Is that her picture?
Yeah, this is her picture on the back. I said, girl, when you hit it big, I need people to know I heard you first and get you to sign my book. Y'all, this young lady is blessed. And the word she imparted on us, again, she came out of Genesis 26. Y'all need to keep digging them wells.
Digging the well.
Digging them wells.
Okay.
And when the enemy plugs them up, you dig another one.
All right.
And she said when they do it again, you keep digging. Like, it was just, I mean, that was just kind of thing. You got to keep digging. And what I took from that.
Keep digging.
Just keep digging. Yep. Like our little Dory. Life throws, gosh, everything at you. Like, I think about our last 2 weeks or since the first day of school. That is why we haven't been on here, because life has been lifing us, like throwing stuff at us that you wouldn't even think. Like, we had an idea, we had a plan, and God was like, just kidding, we're gonna do this and this and this, and we're gonna not do this and we're gonna do this. And then I was able to be still finally and go to this retreat, and God really blessed me. Because hearing the word that I heard this weekend, Sister Sylvia Staten, she always brings a word. I just love to hear her preach, because she gonna give it to you straight. I look at her like she's one of those pastors, those preachers, like she could cut you deep and you don't even know you've been cut. But then you walk out, you be like, wait a minute, why am I bleeding? I'm bleeding. Like, wait a minute, why am I bleeding? And you don't even know why, because she done cut you up like 30 minutes ago and you didn't even realize it. Like, that's the kind of word she gives, and she brings humor to it. She's relatable, and I love it. I love it. Did you want to say something?
I think earlier it was like we all, I was thinking about something Pastor Trevor said a couple of Sundays ago. He was talking about how a lot of times we'll blame the enemy on stuff that happens in our lives, but oftentimes God really is the one that's setting some stuff up in our life to get us off the course that we had planned, right? We had everything planned out. We
sure
knew what
did.
we were trying to do.
We sure did.
But oftentimes, and then you start going through things, and you're like, oh, the enemy. And a lot of times God's like, no, that was me. That was me just trying to make sure you get to where you need to be at. That was me trying to make sure you got to this women's conference. That was me trying to make sure you took a moment to step back and analyze yourself. That was me trying to make sure that, I was going to throw something in your path, but it wasn't going to break you. It was something that you just need to stumble a little bit so you can figure out, okay, I need to lean on Lord and not myself.
Right.
Because every time we try to lean on ourselves, that's when we realize how weak we are. But God's like, hey, look, I'm right here.
Right.
Sometimes you just gotta get our attention. Right. So and I just want us to make sure we always remember, the enemy does some stuff, but some stuff is God too.
Yeah. And it's funny you say that, because Pastor Sylvia Satan had I've never seen that. I've never saw in this way. So we always talk about, when Jesus was in the wilderness, when he was being tempted and all this other stuff. But she was saying, like, do y'all think Jesus was just like, okay, y'all, I'm going to go to the wilderness. I'm going to see y'all later because I'm about to go on a field trip.
How about myself?
All by myself to the wilderness. She was like, no. She was like, God, the Holy Spirit was like, almost like, she was like pushing. And I never thought about it like that. Like, it was like, nope, you got to go. Nope, you got to go. And I was like, man, like, I never thought about it like that. Like,
believe me.
Yeah, like sometimes God will literally push you and put you in places that are uncomfortable. They're out of your box. You feel, insecure. What's the word? Like imposter syndrome, all this other stuff. But then God is really setting you up for something greater. And you don't even realize it. And so, like, when she did that example, that was like, for me, I'm serious. Like, it was, and I know I keep pointing them out, but they just really left a word with me and Sister Christina, and just her delivery, y'all. I love her humor. She is just so funny, but she knows the word. And like she said, you got to keep digging. She was like, so where my people at that's gonna keep digging? So when the enemy come plug up your wells, you're gonna dig another one, you're gonna complain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to keep digging. Are you going to be the explorer? I mean, y'all, I just wish y'all could have been there. I told her, I said, when you do that tent revival, please let me know, because I'm coming.
Tent revivals.
I'm telling you. I'm serious. Her word, I think she could do it.
She could.
I think she can do it.
Yeah. I'll send you. I'll let you go.
Well, she got to do it in the fall. It's not hot. We don't want no July tent revival.
Oh, Lord.
So, Christina, if you're listening, we don't want a July tent revival. We will really like late fall.
It better be the Lord if it's in the summer. It better be the Lord.
Revival,
the Lord will provide air conditioning.
Man. I'm sorry, y'all. I guess I'm coming off that, I don't know. They're high, whatever. But I don't want to come down on it. Like, she really gave us some tangible steps, I think, to becoming that explorer for Christ. Becoming that explorer so that we can find and have the word for ourselves so that we can go help other people.
Yeah.
Like, she was even saying, so, like, I'll be honest, like, I have, issues with worry and with doubt, and she was just like, how can you have so much faith in your, prayer for other people? Because, I asked for specific prayers for some people today that are really struggling and sick in their body. And she was like, well, how can you have such prayer or such faith in a prayer for someone else, but not for yourself? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't get it, but I will. Like, I truly believe that God is going to heal this young lady that we prayed for today. I really, truly believe that God is going to do certain things in other people's lives. But then it's like when it comes to myself, I doubt a lot. I really do. But I really have to figure out a way to believe in God for me like I do for other people.
Yeah.
It's wild.
And, faith is one of those gifts, right? It's not necessarily something that comes natural to everybody.
Right.
But it's one of those things that it comes without seeing. And that's the hard part for you and a lot of other people too.
Yeah.
I will say for me, it hasn't been as hard, the faith piece. Because a lot of times I've had so many situations come up in my life. I'm like, man, my hand can't do nothing with it. No way. So I'm just going to sit back and look and see what happens and see what the Lord do. And he's come through every time. He's never failed. We've never been without. I'm thinking about our family since we've been together. We've never been without. We've had moments where we thought we was going to go in the hole, but we didn't, what I mean? And God always kind of comes in clutch. And I'm just like, well, if he ain't failed me yet,
right,
he ain't going to start now. So, And I think that's where we have to kind of lift each other up. There's gonna be a lot of couples out there who have different dynamics, right? Some people are heavy on faith, and some people are heavy on works or service. And I think you just really have to find that balance and help each other out the best you can. I think that's what we try to do. There's some areas where, with me, I'm a lot less organized in my life, but I'll look to you a lot of times to help me with that. And I think that the moment you can say that, then that's better. That's the better that your relationship is going to be, right? And the fact that you can say, my faith sometimes does wane, or sometimes it does feel weak sometimes. And I say, all right, that's cool. That's fine. We're going to come through. I'm going to help carry that load for you. And we'll work together, because as a family, we're a unit. And we have to realize that this unit ain't perfect. It's got its flaws. It's got its bumps around the edges, but we're going to make it work. We're going to get to where we're trying to go to. But yeah, I think that faith piece is tough, especially when everything around you doesn't seem to be going right.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you feel like Job.
Yeah, and I didn't even realize, but like one thing this weekend too. Oh, I wasn't supposed to cry on this podcast.
Please don't.
I know. But I think a lot of my faith recently has wavered because of the losses we've had.
Yeah. It's hit.
And it's like, how can I trust God for this little thing or this one thing? And, I just got like 2 big, sucker punches in the past 2 years, so just acknowledging that, like, I don't think I realized how much the loss that we've had has impacted my faith. Because I'm working through so many other things, I don't think I realized that my faith has also been affected.
Yeah. And that's okay though, because that's all part of the process, the grieving process. You got to find the light. The light is a lot harder to find sometimes, but it's there.
Right. It's
just like the sun is always there, even though there's clouds. We just don't see it sometimes. The clouds are in the way.
That's very true.
So you got to wait for the clouds to move.
That's very, very
true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The sun doesn't cease to exist just because the clouds are there. They're just covered up for a moment.
That's very true. That's very true.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to turn this somber.
Nah, we ain't going there.
We're not going there. We said
we're going to do better.
We are going to do better. But it's just a lot this weekend, y'all. So if y'all are praying saints out there, pray for me. Pray for me and my family. Pray that I am able to become that explorer for Christ, so that I can do what it is that God has called me to do, which I'm still figuring that out. Right. To be honest, I know the passions that I have. I know the gifts that He's given me when it comes to being a nurse, being a soon-to-be provider. Y'all, May 3rd, 2024.
Hey.
I will be Dr. Crystal Lamb. Oh my God. Y'all have no idea. Okay. Woo. But the provider that I'm going to be, the nurturer I am, the nurse educator in me, I know I have gifting in those. But God, like, what? I know what I think I want to do. Like, I have an idea. I've written something on my whiteboard, my vision board in our room. But it's like, God, is that really what you want from me? Like, that's kind of where I am right now. Like, I know what I want to do, but what does He want me to do?
Yeah.
And this weekend kind of really, I think, exposed that for me. Because again, you playing your life and God's like, just kidding. You thought. And so now I'm just like, okay, I had a 2028 goal, y'all, like by age 43, 2028, blah, blah, blah. Like literally I've written this out. And so now I'm just like, okay, maybe not that I'm going to erase my dry erase board, but maybe I need to just be like, or ...
Yeah, man. It's okay. You got to have some flexibility, man, because God doesn't move on our whims.
You sure don't.
That's one thing I've learned throughout the year. You can have a plan. That's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with having a plan, but God, sometimes His plans be different.
Real different.
Especially when and this is me talking to me too, especially when you're not in tune all the time. when you have your own endeavors, you have your own goals,
Yep.
your own agenda.
Yep.
And you're not necessarily consulting God about it. I've been there. Look,
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah, I'm gonna be fully transparent. When Miss Christina talked about tourist versus explorer, I'm a tourist right now. I ain't even gonna lie. With everything that I've had going on these past 2 years, I didn't realize how much my faith had been affected. You know, I click on my little Bible app every now and then. Of course, I go to church faithfully when I can. Sometimes I have to miss because I have so many, like with school, which it shouldn't be that way. I should be able to structure my time to prioritize God. And this weekend, I tell you, between Sister Sylvia State, Pastor Sylvia, and Miss Christina Watts, they exposed so much
Not exposed
in me that I gotta get it together, y'all. I really gotta get it together. If I am going to be the great wife that I need to be, the great mother that I need to be, you know, a great provider, you know, God has put me in that space, a great sister to my sister, you know, just, I got to get it together. I got to get it together. I have to figure out this word for myself. And I have to really start to believe God for me like I believe God for other people.
Yeah.
Because I want to be something great in this life. I want to make an impact on my community. I want to make change. But I can't do it on my own accord. And I think that's where my fear, my worry, my frustration comes, because when I can't do it, I don't hold on to my faith. I'm just being...
You like being in control.
And we've talked about that with me.
Yeah.
If I don't have some form of control, then a lot of times I can spiral really quick, especially since like when my mom passed away and my grief. Like if I feel like I can't control the circumstance, it's a whole nother level for me. But I have to learn that I can't control everything, obviously.
Yeah.
So I have to figure this thing out, because my poor hubby,
We're going to make it work.
Y'all, I'm telling y'all, this is a good man, because Lord knows he has put up with all of my shenanigans through all these 15 plus years. And I thank you for that. And I love you for that.
I love you too.
And I look forward to doing more of these podcasts and just being transparent and just sharing our struggles, our triumphs, our joys. Because I don't know, I just feel like this is just one way that we can just share.
Yeah.
Just share.
It's just another avenue.
Yep.
We are going to be doing more. The goal is, I think we're kind of like our Sunday evenings. I think we originally said that.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Not every Sunday, of course.
Well, yeah, because a lot of Sundays, depending on my work week and my school week, like I spend a lot of time documenting and doing things for schoolwork. So like when I finish here, I have to go log into MetaTracks and continue to continue to log my patients that I saw last week before I go to clinical tomorrow. So a lot of my Sundays is with that. But with that being said,
maybe we can hop on like after church sometimes.
Yeah, that might be better right after church, just because
instead of eating.
Once I get into my groove, a lot of times I gotta keep moving forward. So
we are gonna I think this may be one of the last ones on Facebook for a little while. We're probably gonna go to YouTube. I think that's the plan, is to hop over onto YouTube. We have a YouTube page, and I'll start sharing that out this week. So you'll start finding us there. A lot has been going. Oh, good stuff. I guess some announcements. Thinking about congratulations to Miss Alex and Mr. Brandon Burr.
Yes.
They got married yesterday, and I had the honor of officiating that wedding, and it was so
beautiful.
Cool. It was so cool.
The scene, oh my gosh, I should have took a picture. I didn't think to take a picture.
Take no picture or nothing. I didn't take no pictures.
The view. Gosh.
It was at Bermuda Run
Country
Club out near Tanglewood, and it was beautiful out there.
Breathtaking.
And it was just a great wedding. All the people there were sweet. We saw some friends we hadn't seen in a long time, and it was just good reconnecting and just seeing love. Yeah. And just seeing that another union that it's going to be a forever union. I'm speaking that.
Oh yeah.
You know, I know for a fact that they love each other and they are committed wholeheartedly to one another. So I just want to congratulate them and let them know we love you so much. We're excited for you. Yes. And can't wait to go visit you in Houston one day. We're going to come out there and check y'all out. You in Austin. And you missed this, but Aaron gave a pretty heavy speech.
Did you record it?
I did not, but somebody did. Somebody recorded it.
Babe, you're supposed to
All
record
I can say,
it.
here's what I'm going to tell you. It was a montage of songs that she had created just for Alex and Brandon. And it was pretty cool. It was all oldie songs.
Oh,
and
wow.
it's sort of like, you ever seen like the montage of the people that dance? The dancing through the generations.
Yeah.
It's like, it was like that, but it was music, just her singing these different songs. And she had props and everything. She was killing it.
Man. Babe, you supposed to recorded it.
Man, look.
I know you was in a moment.
I was trying to survive.
You was in a moment. Oh my gosh. What else? Happy belated birthday to my cousin Megan.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Megan.
She I ain't gonna tell your age, but she my age.
She old enough.
Yeah, she my age now. And then happy birthday to my nephew Kevin. Today is his birthday.
Happy birthday, Kev.
Yeah,
Big Kev.
Yeah, it's a lot going on in September. And then next weekend we're actually going to be celebrating with my uncle Donnell.
Oh man.
And his soon to be wife Terry.
He getting married too.
Yes.
Dang.
So September has been busy.
Mm-hmm.
Busy.
Any promotions we need to do real quick before we close out?
Promotions. Well, I've already kind of promoted, y'all. Find her, Christina Watts. Look out. She's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Let me try to think.
Breezy. Or the Greens. They were good.
Yeah, but I feel like she's about to come up with something else. I don't know.
I'm fine with that too.
Well, she's going to be, I think she's cooking for the wedding. So
we got a cater in the midst.
Yeah, so we're going to see how that goes. My cousin, Brianna Burns. Check her out on Facebook. She be doing a thing in the kitchen. Who else?
I don't know, but
I'm trying to think.
We'll definitely start coming up with more. If y'all got some stuff y'all want us to help promote,
shoot
it to us.
I do want to give a shout out. So Ingrid's Cupcake and Confections. Yeah. She's based out of Eden, y'all, but I will drive 40 to 45 minutes for her cakes. She made the most beautiful and delicious cakes for my bestie Tasha, her baby shower, because my goddaughter Gianna's on the way.
Hey Gianna. And
my godson's Gabriel's birthday. She made a cake for him, and they were beautiful and good.
And gone.
Yeah, and gone. So if you want to check her out, Ingrid's is Cupcakes and Confections. Yeah. In Eden on Highway 21, 121 or something.
Graphics and stuff.
I know, we got to start popping up. Yeah. But she's been making cakes for me forever. And so that was in August. August was busy too. What else?
All right. I want to hit this last thing before we get off.
Okay.
Talk about definitely you doing your project. I want to promote that a little bit.
Yes.
Just a little bit. And just say, go ahead, tell me a little bit about it. And then we're going to talk about the 2 barbershops that you're working with.
Y'all, so for my doctorate degree, I have to do a DNP project. And so my DNP project is titled Increasing Awareness of Cardiovascular Risk That Impact African American Men Through Barbershop Conversations.
That's a big one.
So I have partnered with 2 local barbershops in Guilford County in order to spread the word, know the risk. That's kind of where we're coming from. Know the risk. Mm-hmm. Know your risk. Look at the data. And I reference Guilford County, Guilford County Health Assessment, because every county has to do a health assessment. And of course, everybody's behind because of COVID. Yeah. So the data that they collected was back in like 2017, published in 2019. But the data is staggering. Mm-hmm. Health disparities are real. Our men and women of color are at a disadvantage to a lot of things. Healthcare access, healthcare knowledge, provider representation. Mm-hmm. There's so many things that have created the disparities and the gaps that are staggering. And so my project, I'm hopeful, if it only one man goes to the provider, gets on medications, or prevents a heart attack or stroke, it's been worth it. It's been worth it for me. And so I want to thank those 2 barbershops. I think Daddy wants to point them out.
So
that is partnering with me. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm grateful.
It's one up the street. Is it International?
International
Style.
Styles and Cuts.
Styles and Cuts. It's out here in Whitsett. They're partnering with Crystal, and I've had an opportunity to go with her to help set up her stations and everything. And they're really cool people. They're really working with us and helping push this project along. And of course, Next Level Barbershop. That's my barber, your barber, our barber, our family barber.
Yeah,
she's been with us for a long time.
Yeah, she has been.
Since
So pointing this out. So shout out to Yolanda Smith. Yo. I got so many shout outs and so much recognition for my haircut at the women's conference. Matter of fact, y'all, somebody even told me, I like your Wakanda look. I said, oh, that's a first. Thank you.
Not the Wakanda look.
Yeah, the Wakanda look. But yeah, so I got a lot of shout outs about my haircut. And so Yolanda, she goes by Yo-Yo. She is a female barber and she knows how to slay. And she knows what she's doing.
Her inside.
Yes, her inside in that barbershop. And so thank y'all so much for partnering with me in order to impact our community, because it's our community. It's not my community. It's not your community. It's our community.
We'll be holding a drawing in December.
Yes. So
it'll be on here.
If you visit those 2 barbershops, you need to participate. Get your raffle ticket because December the 2nd.
$50 gift cards? They were $50 gift cards.
Yeah, we're doing 50. We're doing 3 $50 gift cards at each shop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that is what we are contributing out of our own funds, because I am that invested in my community and wanting my black men, my brown men to know, because knowledge is power.
Yeah. I love it.
There you go.
Getting out here in the community, making stuff happen. This is our way. This is our way of giving back to the community.
Oh yeah, and this is just the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
This is just the beginning. I just need to get out of school so I have more time.
We'll do some scholarship funds. We're gonna do a lot of stuff, y'all. We got plans. Look,
but
God got plans.
God
too.
got plans too. So we got to commune with Him so we can hopefully line up, do the dap thing, shake it up, be like, all right, Jesus,
let's make it work.
Sweet baby Jesus, you already know what it is. Let's get it done.
6 pound, 8 ounce Jesus.
I'm telling you, He's so sweet in that manger.
room. He never left.
No room in the end.
We love y'all.
All right. Thank y'all so much, y'all. I promise we will be back before a month from now. It's been over a month.
That's the plan. We ain't gonna promise.
Okay. You know what? See, he called me.
That's the plan.
The plan is to be back much sooner than later.
Yeah.
Thank y'all again. I'm Crystal.
I'm Thaddeus.
And we're the Lamb Lounge.
We're the Lamb Lounge. Yes. God bless you. Looking forward to seeing you again.
Good night.